Hello, Solo Board Game Guide here, and an update on Decline, the solitaire RPG that I'm working on. Map tiles are finished. I'm going to get it to the printers, so that's exciting. You'll be seeing much more testing videos rather than just basically graphic design videos. One of the things that sort of kicked this on a little bit is that now I've hit over 1,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable, but it's allowed me to monetize the channel, which has allowed me to outsource a little bit of the artwork, particularly something exciting that's coming in the next video, some character art, which I'm super excited to see. Anyway, full video on that next time. But a quick run through of the cards. These are the terrain tiles. This is the first one, which is a house. This is essentially where the story starts. I'm just going to whip through these really quickly because long-term viewers will have seen these before, but there's some that they won't have done, so carry on watching. So, this is the house where the story starts. Let's see if I can, there we go. Stone circle, got graveyard, an encampment that you come across, more of the sort of undead regions with sinister churches, modular tiles for roads, crossroads and so forth. This is basically the wilderness pack, and a mine which hints at a future potential expansion, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Did some work in the last video, a couple of videos ago, on river tiles to break up the board. Basically, there's going to be a lot of tactical movement, and anything that breaks up paths is a good thing because it's going to really make you think about where you move your characters with respect to the enemy. Now, this is a Glade Forest area, one of several sort of features that I've done. In a previous video, it was pretty much entirely enclosed, given just one area. In a bit of playtesting, I found that actually it could only occupy one position on the board. So this at least gives it a little bit more variability and can be used in a few more quests. One thing that I have tried not to get carried away with is, too many features. So I have got a few simpler tiles. This is just a little wooded area, more modular tiles for the roads, little raised area which are going to give some interesting options for potentially ranged weapons, treehouse, huts, and now onto the new stuff, which is this. This is what I'm calling the Great Hall. This is going to be visited several times throughout the adventures. You can see there's a few hints to what is going on. And these next few tiles are hopefully going back to what the game is all about, decline, the falling empire and the rotting infrastructure therein. So, yeah, look at that. There's a fantasy trope, pile of bones and a pile of treasure in the same room. But there was going to be lots of action in here. And that's actually quite a big space, which will give some interesting tactical options. I quite like this as a piece. I think I may revisit it and put some tiling in the inside. Perhaps a good old hero quest style checkered floor that you can just about see through the gloom. But that just about sums up the feel of the game. Though on some, lots of grand architecture that is just slowly going to waste. This is just literally going to be a bit of a meadow section. I'll put some weeds and stuff over to make it look more interesting. But there are all of the tiles, which give some crazy number of combinations of board states that you can have in. So if you haven't already, do sign up to that newsletter, link in the description. And there's probably a couple of other things that I can show you. I have been working on, let's have a look if I can just get the old, I've been working on the characters. Here we are. So I'm planning for about 24 different creatures. I'm toying with the idea that one of the guys sent in, which is essentially upgradable creatures. I'm certainly going to do double-sided, whereby you can have an elite version of each one, which effectively doubles the amount of creatures you can have. So the way I'm approaching this, I'll do another video on this, is balancing a game where you have lots of different creatures, different interactions, different special abilities and things is a massive, massive job. And I am but one man who's ultimately fairly new to game design. So looked at ways that I can, in a copyright-friendly manner, get a starting point. And Wizards have the I've forgotten the exact name of it, but it's Standard Reference Document, SRD, for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which gives lots of creatures. So none of the special ones are in the Dungeon Master's Guide or whatever they call the Battle Bestiary in that monster manual. But it does give some basic creatures, which I am applying formulae to and tweaking through playtesting to get these... the things in red, basically. So I've got movement, agility, strength, toughness, and health points with a point value, which is essentially, think X-Wing in the miniatures game. You have a squadron to judge the size of the battle and its difficulty. You assign a squad at a points value. It's the same concept used time and time again in various board and war games. So you can see the kind of stuff that's going on here. It is generic at the moment, but the last few are going to be the quest-specific ones. So that's been ongoing. And if I can find my creatures, drag this back in, show that. I've commissioned someone, an artist, to do a skeletal warrior card art, which I'm super excited about. That's going to come back in the next few days. So that is going to throw into question how exactly I do the creature cards. At the present, they sort of look like this. That was the bags from the last video. So obviously you'll be crafting items as you go. At the moment they look like this. They have a points value, it's XP there from an earlier version. Movement, agility, strength, toughness. And then I'm playing around with how you'll monitor health. I've actually come up with another idea, which is a little custom magnetized health tracker. I've actually had some galvanized steel laser profiled, and I'm working on a prototype for that as well, all on top of having 2 very young children. So it's a bit mad, but it's very enjoyable. Anyway, so I would say the next month, I think you're going to start seeing playthrough videos with actual components, which is super exciting. So on that front, on the screen now, you'll see videos inviting you to look at some of the 10mm miniatures that I'll be using with the game. Check that out. And also, I'll leave something up that the YouTube hive mind thinks is best for you. So do have a look around. We're getting there. And if you haven't signed up, as if I haven't said it enough times already, stick a click. No one's ever said that before. On the link in the description, it'll sign you up to our newsletter, and those lovely people will be the first playtesters. So thanks for watching.